God bless everyone. Welcome to Hike Reviews. Today we have my own 2025 Acura TLX Type S. Let's check it out. Starting from the front end of this beauty, check out this Pentagon grill, massive grill, looks beautiful, and I love how Acura redesigned it. The logo looks amazing. Going down the beautiful opening of the intercooler so it gets some much needed cold air. You have the splitter design right in the middle, right around the front bumper. And of course, you have your functional air curtains on each side. You don't get the fog lights with the Type S, but who needs the fog lights? Let's get some functionality in there. Going towards the jewel eye headlights and the DRL looks like a check mark to me, looks really nice. And you have your turn signals right on the bottom of them. Now, I really love these new wheels that Acura installed. I was a really big fan of those summer sport wheels, the upgraded accessory option for the old model TLX, but these are really, really gorgeous. And I put the Type S tire cap on, as you can see right here. Got to get that little touches. And look at those nice Brembo brakes and those discs. They're massive. Now, they're not carbon ceramic, but you don't need to go for those. These look really, really, really nice. And the fitment is really nice as well. You're looking at a 255, 35, 20. And these are wrapped around some Pirelli tires, which I really like the grip. Really, really good tire set choice. Now, another add-on I did to this vehicle is the under spoiler. It gives it that aggressive look, that sporty look, and it gives it that nice contrast with the gloss black and the pearl white. As we go up towards the mirrors, of course, you have that 360 all-around cameras, and I love how the mirrors are foldable. Such a small thing for the vehicle, but it makes it a big difference just to have that feature. And of course, you have keyless entry. And once I put my hand there, the mirror folds out. And it's actually really cool that you have it as well on the rear door as well. Mostly it's just the front doors, but you have that keyless on the rear as well. And going around, of course, this is a squared setup since it's all-wheel drive vehicle, all tires, there's no staggered fitment. And here is the action of the vehicle. The quad exhaust, the really nice, sporty looking rear end of this vehicle. And I actually love how they lowered the license plate. They put it towards the bottom. So you don't have to have that the center of attention right in the middle. They did a really, really nice job, nice design on this vehicle. And those exhaust tips, they look aftermarket. They don't look like they came from factory. They are massive. Going towards the center of the rear end, of course, you have your giant Acura badge. All these are going to be blacked out. I'm not a big fan of chrome. You have the beautiful spoiler, the lip, the trunk lip that they made. It looks really, really good. And honestly, I forgot about the front end and the body lines. Like the spoiler has body lines right here. You have the center line that looks really aggressive. And also going towards the top, you have two lines as well, and that is guiding all the air. And let's take it back. Let's go to the front end of the vehicle. I'm so excited to show you this car that I forgot about these aggressive lines on the hood. Like honestly, I didn't even notice that until I started driving, until I owned this vehicle and drove it. And like they look really, really nice. And when you're in the driver's seat, you can see them really pop out. Like you can see how the air is guided for this vehicle, but it doesn't have the greatest gas mileage. We'll talk about that. Let me get that hood open for you to see what powers this monster. And of course, it's a luxury vehicle, so you do have your struts, and this is where the turbo sits. You got your intake right here, 3.0 twin scroll turbo, looking at 355 horsepower, around the same amount of torque. And this is about a 4,200 pound car. 0 to 60 in about 4.6 seconds. And here's the funny part. Acura says 19 mpg city, 24 highway, and 21 combined. Now, I know I love to have fun with this car. I have about 200 miles on the vehicle, and I filled up the tank 2 times, I think, or 1.5 times, you can say. I don't think I'm getting anywhere of those gas mileage. Maybe if I drive a little slower, like a normal citizen, I might get that MPG, but you gotta have fun with this car. All right, what's in the trunk of this vehicle? What's the trunk space look like? Let's pop it open. It does have an automatic opening. Pretty decent sized trunk. I do have the all-weather trunk mat, really useful. And what I like about those is you have the struts right there in the back. Of course, this has a 60/40 split, but with that strut bar to give it that performance that it needs. Can't pass a lot of stuff through there, but you still have that option. Let's hear this exhaust, and it sounds really nice for a stock exhaust. I did forget to mention when we were talking about the Brembo brakes. I mean, not a big deal. Of course, you don't use your rear brakes as often, but Acura could have included for the price of $60,000 some Brembo brakes in the back as well. Would have been nice, but at least it's paint match and it still looks nice. Let's get into the interior of this vehicle. My favorite part, because I really love this gorgeous red interior. Of course, you have the ELS sound system, which I think sounds really, really nice. You have nice metal grills on the door. And of course, you have this design, which is really nice as well. But when I get the chance, I'm gonna opt in for the carbon fiber trim. It's really nice. And of course, this is a sporty vehicle. You couldn't go without a flat bottom steering wheel with the contrasting red stitching. And I really love what Acura did to design of these seats. You have red leather, but you have that nice suede to contrast it right in the middle. That black suede looks really, really nice. And of course, you have to have that Type S badge right on the headrest. All right, starting from the vents, you don't got no fancy turbine vents. It's just vents. But Acura did a good job, seemingly, in putting it into there. Going down, you have a lot of red contrast stitching up there on the console. Looks really nice, very sporty. Going to the glove compartment, looks good, hidden. And let's go to the center. Let's go to the show. So we have our really nice display. That's not touchscreen, but they did expand it a little bit on this year's model. You have your center, all your buttons for your climate control. Really nice. Don't have to fidget with the screen to figure it out. You have heated and ventilated seats. Really nice. And I have it on auto. And I think Acura does a very nice job of understanding the dynamics of what you need. Right now it's hot, so it's got the cooled seats in. Down here you have your automatic shut off for your engine to save some gas mileage. Your brake hold, which is really nice if you're in traffic and don't want to hold the brake. Um, and then here you have your gear shifter. Honestly, it looks kind of funky, but after driving and using it, I actually like it. It's very convenient, very functional. Let's get into the dynamic mode. The dynamic mode switches between different settings for the vehicle: sport, sport plus, normal, and comfort. But you're not driving this car in comfort. Obviously, I'm not, or else I'll be getting better gas mileage. Now, one thing I think Acura could have done a little bit better would have been a nice touch. This is a Type S. If you just, put a Type S in these graphics, it would have been really nice instead of seeing a base model Acura there. And of course, this is like a video game, so if you could hear the sound, really nice. And of course, I want to show you the different settings for your seating position. You have your side bolster adjustments, your lumbar support, and you have thigh extensions. Really nicely done, Acura. All right, going down to the trackpad that everyone has mixed feelings about, me personally as well. But again, I'm not buying this vehicle just for the trackpad. I'm driving it for the experience. and it works very well. I mean, really easy to use. So it's not too bad, not too much of a trouble. Of course, you have your volume button and your track skipper as well. And you do get this little nice armrest, so when you're using the trackpad, your wrist is not hurting. Of course, we have this beautiful key. I think Acura did a really nice job again on redesigning this Acura badge right there. And you have your wireless charger. I tend to use a cable just because the phone gets really hot using the wireless charger and doesn't charge as fast. And your storage is right here. Let's take a look at the digital cluster, but first let me show you this beautiful push to start button. Looks very nice quality. And here you have your different modes when you switch it, your gauge cluster switches as well. With the Sport Plus, you have all the information you need. You have your G meter, your boost, and of course you can switch this to a different design. This is the advanced layout, and you can go to a crafted layout, which is basically a traditional styling. And of course, the one that we're never driving in is the comfort mode. And the ambient lighting actually changes with the setting you have. So if you're on comfort, you have blue ambient lighting. You could have red for sport, and that's how I have it set up. Normal is white, but you can change it to any color. But I really like that the ambient lighting changes with the different setting. And this vehicle is equipped with a heads-up display. You can see we're on 0 miles per hour right now, so very useful. I mean, you have the turn directions there. You have your music showing, so everything is very useful when driving the road. All right, checking out the back seat of this vehicle. Again, all the designs, you get the nice, still get the nice grills, red leather, contrast stitching, black stitching here, red stitching here, and you have again the nice seats from the front going towards the back. And sitting in the back of this vehicle, it's not a full size sedan. This is a mid size sedan, so it's not huge. If you got the seat pretty far back, I can still sit comfortably. You still have indentation for your knees. You got decent headroom, so it's still pretty comfortable. But this is something that I haven't seen in multiple cars. But this does have a lot of speakers. So you have speakers here, up here, and then you also have speakers right here as well. So it's really cool. And of course, you have your sunroof is not panoramic, but still got a little bit of sunroof to enjoy that sun while driving. And there you have it. That's the review of my own 2025 Acura TLX Type S. Easter egg, check this out. Little Acura badge right there behind the navigation or the screen right there. All right. Now, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me leave you with the verse today. That's going to be Matthew 6:34. I know we always have a lot of worrying to do, but Jesus says, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. God bless everyone.